I think she has awareness that she actually thrives on making you feel less than, or making you feel like a small child, like you're doing something wrong, or that you're not. She likes calling out that you're not in your power. Recently, spending time with my mom made me reflect upon a few patterns we always have when we are together. One of them is she always seems to find a way to put me down by making a snarky comment with a chuckle. It's like she wants me to feel insecure. I prefer my mother help build me up and feel supported by her. We love each other, but when she does this, it really puts a wedge between us. I can't seem to find a way to correct it. Any suggestions? When parents do this, and I'm going to speak specific to parents, there's, an interesting relationship that we have, because mothers, what's coming through on this is that in this particular case, it feels that there's some jealousy happening in the mother-daughter relationship, and that there's something there where she actually wants to take away your happiness. And I don't mean that like consciously she's an evil person, or she wants to be mean or bad or any of that. In fact, it's probably quite the opposite. But she sees things in you that she wishes she had in herself, or joy that she would like to have. And she wants to call out patterns in you, things in you, characteristics about you that cut you at the knees, because she hasn't worked through these things herself. That's what's coming through on this one. That it's a very insecure moment for her. And instead of really going into what it is for her, she projects it onto you. Because snarky comments with chuckles are passive aggressive, and they don't come from a loving place. But it doesn't mean, of course, that they don't love you. It just means that they're not coming from a place of purity in support. And that's what I'm getting from you, is you need the support. What do you do about it? You just call it out. Hey, when you just said that comment with a chuckle, I didn't feel good. Can we talk more about that? Like what's behind that? And if it doesn't work for your mom to want to talk about it, then I think at least you've called it out. And then you ask, I would like to ask that you stop or bring greater awareness to doing this to me, because it does not make me feel good. And I want to feel good, and I want to feel supported. And if you want to call out a pattern in me, can you do it in a more loving way? Can we talk about it? Can we not do this in a passive aggressive way? I think continuing to call it out in a loving way is the best way to get her awareness. Because I have a feeling she doesn't have the awareness around the deeper issue. I think she has awareness that she actually thrives on making you feel less than, or making you feel like a small child, like you're doing something wrong, or that you're not. She likes calling out that you're not in your power. And that's a dynamic that is, weirdly, it seems weird to say, but is a beautiful thing, because she's offering you an opportunity to speak up and take your power back in a really soulful way. But because of the dynamic of mother and daughter, sometimes it's harder to stand up to our mothers. And yet when we do stand up to the people that we love the most, and that we're closest to and most intimate with, and I don't mean sexually, but intimately, in our vulnerability, that's where the real juicy stuff comes in, and we are able to really transmute other people's projections onto us, which is what she's doing to you. She's projecting onto you things about herself that she doesn't love, deep into the core of this, or resentments that she has about you, that she hasn't resolved for herself. So this is about her, as you know. It's not about you specifically. You just happen to be the punching bag for it. And as soon as you just say, hey, I'm not going to be that bag anymore, right? And you can throw the punches all day long. I'm just going to keep telling you like, hey, I don't want that punch, and I'm going to let that punch go. And then you'll start to see a change in her behavior, because then she'll be like, oh, you're calling me out on that. Let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear in the comments in the future, when you have additional interactions, what happens if you're able to apply some of this insight.